Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. It's Monday morning. It is Monday morning brew and news. So today we're going to talk a couple of different things. The big things I want to say too, at least the big things over the last week. So one of the bigger things that has happened is that there's been a sale of RE Colorado. Now, a lot of you are going to be like, okay, great. What does that even mean? So RE Colorado is pretty much who I subscribe to the MLS. And it is one of the largest MLSs in the nation. So that has been decoupled. Someone else, not really decoupled, someone came in and purchased it, and a few other things. But to start it off, let's start talking about this. I mean, 2914, right by my house, right over in Jefferson Park. Absolutely love these guys. Part of the reason I like them is because they actually have coconut milk instead of just whole milk. I absolutely despise whole milk when it comes to my coffee. I don't care if it's a cappuccino. You can put 2% with a cappuccino, be perfectly fine. Whole milk is just too thick, too rich, just too much for me, personally. So they put coconut milk in theirs, and I absolutely love it. I think that the ladies that are in there, at least the ladies that I see, because I haven't seen any guys in there, they do a great job with this. And again, it's always a cappuccino for me, or most of the time it's going to be a cappuccino, kind of the Italian way, I guess you can say. But let's try it. Yeah, damn. I mean, it should be pretty good because they use Kaladi coffee. Um, yeah, that's good. That's really good. They use a dark roast too. Hmm. Anyway, yeah, I'd probably give this an 8. Definitely give this guy an 8. Nice and rich, really bold. Very little bitterness to it. I mean, there's a little bit of that, but I also did a triple shot. So, yeah, great coffee. If you're in Jeff Park area, I couldn't go to another one this morning, but I do like going to 2914. Great coffee. Like I said, right by my house, right over near Jefferson Park in our little village, our little village town, I guess you can say, which is getting better. They finally got done with the roads over there, so that's even better. So jumping back in, though, I was wrong. My apologies. I thought we're going to be down to 6.05 by the end of this week. Last thing I saw, we're at 6.18 for the mortgage for the lending side. And it's still not a bad rate. You know, everyone's like, oh, but that's still so high. It's really not. It's really not that high. It's pretty standard, pretty average. You know, we had a year and a half of absolutely the most diabolically absurd interest rates. So now that we're down to 6.2, let's say 6.1 even, like we're perfect. We're fantastic. This is everything. It's huge. Sorry, just a little satire. Anyway, I absolutely believe still that this is a great market, and it's always going to be at the right time to sell and buy, always. But is it the right time for you? And that's where it comes down to a lot of different things. So jumping into that portion of things, if you're looking to sell your place, the rule was for clear cooperation with the MLS, with NAR, with all this other stuff that has been decoupled to this point. Everyone now is trying to push for clear cooperation to be longer. What clear cooperation is when you go to list your place and your realtor, me, obviously, when they want to go and go ahead and market and do all of that, right now we can't do any of that marketing more than a day in advance. So by the time we start marketing your place, that has to be the next day that it's going to be coming soon. That's clear cooperation. So you have one day to get all of your information after you start marketing it on the MLS. Some people, like the DOJ, are in there trying to say, you know, we need to do 6 days. All right, well, there's a lot of realtors, such as myself, that I would love, you know, a week to 2 weeks. That gives us 3 weeks to start getting out those little teasers, making these little videos like a movie almost, because you're going into the most expensive movie of your life. Buying a house, going down this journey, it's huge. You're going to have trials and tribulations. You're going to have the most exciting times of your life. But at the same time, you're going to have to learn a lot of these different things. And it's not always the easiest. So one of my biggest things that I always tell people is get all of your ducks in a row. Now, this is going to be the exact same thing. I just hope that we can do at least 7 days, because that's going to help you as a seller. It's going to get more people looking at your place, more people excited about buying your place. And even more so, we're going to be able to do a lot more with the marketing that we have and that I have specifically and personally. Now, I did team up with the gentleman, John Bastone, absolutely amazing guy. As I always say, he's the pretty one. I'm just here to look pretty. But at the same time, he and I really do have different ways of marketing. You know, he does one way that I think is really great and pretty effective, and I have another one. I'm huge with social media. And I think that with this Clear Cooperation and with everything else that's started to happen, I think that social media will become more and more and more prevalent. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I just think that we're going to have to use it in a way that, you know, you guys, the consumers, are going to be happier with us. Because right now, I'm not even as happy as I can be in terms of, in terms of what we can and can't do. You know, it's not bad. I'm not trying to rag on anything by that means, but I think systems can be a lot easier for everybody all around. But all in all, I hope you guys have a great start to your week. Clear Cooperation is still going to be a little dicey thing. RE Colorado got sold. There's not going to be much changes with that. All in all, keep doing with what you're doing. Keep reaching out to me. Keep asking questions. You know, it's not always the easiest to ask a question, especially to a professional. It makes you sometimes feel stupid or like you really don't know. But I have those almost a daily basis because I try to push myself to understand what I don't know. So there's no stupid questions. Always reach out and ask me, and always, always, always stay safe. And if you can't, have fun. Take it easy, everyone.